Hey guys, it's me. I just wanted to hop on here and do a quick intro for today's interview. I interviewed Lauren Wolfe, who owns Fit4Mom BCS here in town, and they are focused on way more than just fitness over there. If you want to learn more about Lauren and her business, click play, but also follow her on Facebook or Instagram or go to their website because I hear they have some great Black Friday specials coming up. So if you want a deal and you want to work out with other mamas, go follow them.
Hey everybody, it's me. This week I am here with Lauren Wolfe, and she is the owner of Fit4Mom here in Bryan College Station. And it's much easier for me to just let her kind of explain what it is, as it's fitness, but it's more than fitness. It's about creating a community. So Lauren, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm so excited to be here and tell you a little bit more about Fit4Mom Bryan College Station. We are a fitness community here in town. We offer a variety of classes for no matter what stage of fitness you're in. If you like to work out with a small child, we have classes for that. We have classes that are mama only. If you don't want to bring your kiddo in a stroller and you just want to have some awesome mama time, we have classes for that. But beyond that, what we really just adore about our community is that we have events, we have mom's night outs, we have crafts, we have opportunities for you to get plugged in. We know how scary it is to be not only just a new person in town, but a new mom with young children. It's really hard to find ways to connect with other people. And so we strive to present those opportunities so you can come get plugged in, meet some new friends, let your kiddos socialize and have a great time and work out while you're at it.
That's really cool, because I think a lot of people, like you said, struggle to find that group. And I think because it's a complete 180 when you become a mom, like life changes 100%. And you kind of sometimes you spend so much time focused on your kids and so much time focused on the new job that you have that you kind of don't prioritize that kind of, I guess, self-care. I feel like it's kind of overused, but it's
Sure.
a form of self-care, but you're able to do it in a way that allows you to bring your child if you want to, or if you need to. So how did you get hooked up with, is this Fit4Mom it's a national company, yeah?
Correct, yes. So we are the Bryan College Station franchise.
Okay.
I started as a client after I had my first kiddo in 2016. So I had just moved here back to Bryan College Station. I am an Aggie, so I did go to school here, but my husband and I lived in New Braunfels for a while. And when we came back, found out I was pregnant, had a baby, and I was like, I need to get out of this house and I need to meet other people with small children because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. None of us do.
So that's how I initially got connected with Fit4Mom. And as I started going to the classes, I was hooked. I met so many wonderful, just very welcoming and kind women. It's a non-judgmental group. We didn't care if you showed up with spit up in your hair, mismatched clothes, or if you're running 30 minutes late because your kid had a blowout on the way. Like, it's a very casual atmosphere and a lot of fun. And so I did that for a couple of years, and then I was asked to become an instructor, and immediately I was like, absolutely, I love this. This is my jam. And so I was an instructor for a few years, and during this time I was working remotely for a company back home in HR and IT, and I really enjoyed the job, but the conversation was starting to come up with, am I going to go back to work? And I know a lot of moms struggle with that when you have young kids and say, I really want to spend this time with my child, but I do want to go back to work. That's a part of my identity.
Right.
And so I started to pray about it, and lo and behold, I prayed that I wanted to have an opportunity that I could still spend time with my children and do something purposeful. And the very next day I was approached and said, hey, this is going to become for sale.
Wow.
Would you be interested? And I was like, well, okay, I feel like
Got my
this
answer.
is fine. So yeah, been the owner for over a year now.
That's crazy. Wow. So you kind of picked this up right before, everything changed. You had a couple months of normalcy, and then things changed. How did that affect your business model? Because I mean, obviously workout classes are in person, and
Yeah.
how did you guys pivot, and what did that look like for you?
Sure. Well, yeah, I was just thinking about this the other day, that I've operated and owned this business longer during COVID than I have outside of
Sure,
COVID.
yeah.
So yes, for sure. When we started hearing the news that things were going to be shut down, we immediately had a staff meeting and said, what can we do to help these moms stay connected during this time when they're not even able to leave the house? So
Mhm.
we overnight learned how to do Zoom workouts, and we got them coordinated, and we started having a Zoom workout every day. Then we also, because, just times, and if you had older kids that were
Sure.
having to use the computer for school, we knew that wasn't going to work out for everyone. So we recorded the classes. You could do it later. But then we also provided some other opportunities for our kiddos to socialize as well. We did play dates. We did a joke telling contest. We did, an
I
entire
love
Baby
that.
Shark dance party. So we did lots of opportunities for the kiddos to connect,
Yeah.
and even did our mom's night outs virtual. We did trivia nights on Zoom and had couples trivia nights. It was a lot of fun. It really helped us get through that time, and it was really challenging, but now I think, what else? Bring it on. What else could happen? Like, you kind of
Right.
feel
I know
really
2020 keeps.
prepared now that you've kind of gone through something like
Yeah.
this, that the kind of typical everyday challenges of owning a business
Yeah.
now do not feel so overwhelming since we've been through this.
I definitely think after doing, after interviewing as many people as I have so far, that's been the one thing that people didn't realize that they could, to rise to these challenges. And then once they did, they were like, well, why didn't I do this sooner? Or why wasn't this on my radar before? And I think sometimes we're so caught up in the day-to-day running of business that we forget that I guess, entrepreneurial spirit of, continuing to change and grow. And I think that's really awesome that you guys were
Yeah,
able to do that.
absolutely. I mean, we've been able to still provide virtual workouts for people that are not comfortable coming out to our live classes.
Sure.
And Fit4Mom has just released an on-demand platform that you can stream from any of your devices, from your phone, your Roku stick.
Sure.
And that's just a whole new avenue for people to join us, see what Fit4Mom's all about. If
Right.
you're not quite ready to come to a live class, you can try out one of the on-demand classes.
Yeah.
And, we just wouldn't have ever gone in that direction before
Sure.
if this hadn't happened. So
Sure.
a whole new
So
revenue.
what would you say right now? Like, are you 75% people back in regular classes, or probably?
So the majority of our clients have come back full
Gotcha.
force. So we do still have a few people that are doing virtual, but really the majority of people have come outside. We're lucky in the way that our classes are outdoors, and so
Sure.
we're able to social distance. We're able to have that benefit that not all
for sure. That makes sense.
is able to do.
So I know, if I had asked you this a year ago, your answer would probably be way different from where it is now. But I'm asking you this now. Where do you see your Fit4Mom business in a year, like a year from now?
So I'm super excited for this upcoming year. Like this past year, like I said, it's been very interesting, reflective, time for growth, growth in the way that I wasn't expecting. But I went straight back to my 5-year plan that I looked at when I was going to purchase the business and said, wow, okay, I'm not actually that far off from what I wanted to do.
Sure.
I think when you're buying a franchise, you're buying a business for the first year, you don't want to do too much. Like you really just want to
keep it going.
Yeah, keep the wheels on the bus, learn the business, and get your customers' feedback. Now that we're a year in, we just added a new class, stroller bar, which is a stroller strides-ish type class, but we do a lot of Pilates and ballet inspired moves. So if you're a fan of bar, you definitely want to check out that class. So we're now back on track to expanding our offerings. And some new class times and new parks as well, because we're pretty heavily in South College Station, and so we're now returning to some parks in Bryan, which I'm just thrilled because they're just gorgeous parks, and, and got a lot of moms that live in Bryan too.
Right. Well, and offering classes in different areas. I mean, if somebody, it's much easier to pop on the street 5 minutes, do a class than, for me living in Bryan, and for you live out there.
Yeah.
It's a 20-minute, 40-minute round trip ordeal to drive to South College Station, which is fine if it's doable for you. But I think that expands you into different areas. So how many, you were talking about staff. Mm-hmm. How many people do you have working for you? And that happened kind of automatically? Did you inherit those people? Like, how did that work?
So right now I have 10 individuals that are on my staff, and I would not have even considered purchasing this business if I didn't know that these amazing instructors and managers and social media managers would not be coming along with me. We're all great friends, and they believe in Fit4Mom and the purpose of Fit4Mom, and they're on my staff not because they're making oodles and boodles of money, but it's because they know the purpose, and they just find a lot of value in it. Exactly. So they're amazing, and they keep it going for sure.
That's cool. Yeah, I never really thought about that. When you buy an existing franchise, do the people come with it?
Yeah.
Do I get a package deal?
Yeah, not always, but I definitely sat down with every single staff member during the transition and just talked about what they did and what they enjoyed, and made sure that this was something they wanted to continue on, and everyone was like, absolutely. So
wow, that's really cool. What would you say is your favorite part of what, because you're not only the owner, but you also teach classes still. So, there's got to be, what's the thing with the business that makes you get up in the morning and say, I want to keep doing this?
Yeah. So yes, it's definitely such a twofold thing for me, because as an instructor, as just an example, we're finishing up this week, was our final week of our Body Well transformation session, which is a hugely popular program for moms who want to have some alone time working out, as well as learning more about healthy habits and nutrition. Okay. And so everyone was sending me their results and their goals, and I literally just got a text message from one of the girls that said, I was looking back at my photos and things back from January, and I've never been healthier in my life, and I wouldn't have thought that being 30 something years old and having how many kids, this was when I would be my healthiest. And I'm just and I think that's so important that as moms, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our physical bodies, also our mental health, our emotional health. We have to have all of those in check in order for us to take care of our littles and show them what a healthy lifestyle should look like. So there's that aspect as an instructor that just I love. Then as Fit4Mom owner, I think seeing the moms that come in, whether they're a transplant here, they just moved here from out of town, or they have lived here their whole life, they join this community, they stick around for years and talk about like, what are we going to do when our kids are off in college? Can we still like,
Can we
still
still
come
come
to
and
Fit for
play?
Mom? I'm like, yes, absolutely. They have found their people, and that's what we're here on earth for, is to build relationships and build each other up and encourage one another. And so the ability to have that and be that conduit for people to find meaningful, long-lasting friendships. I mean, that's
awesome.
makes me really proud.
No, well, and I think it's different what Fit4Mom does, because we've kind of talked about it in the past, and it's about more than just workout classes. It's about creating, like you said, creating healthy habits and mental well-being, because that more than anything else this year has been so huge. And I don't know, I think it's a really cool model, because it's not just about losing weight. It's not just about working out. It's about creating a well-rounded, healthy person. And I think that's wonderful. And without friendships, we'd be lost. I mean, we're lucky that we're going through this now. I don't mean lucky, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because we have the technology and the ability to contact people and see people's faces, because it's so important to not lose that personal connection with people. So I think that's, I don't know, that it just makes me happy. The whole thing, the whole idea, the concept, it makes me happy. I know that you've been at this for about a year now. Is there anything that you wish that you could go back and tell Lauren, who just, took over this business?
Oh, I would definitely tell Lauren that took over this business a year ago. I think it's very natural when you're starting your own business, taking over a business, you have all these grand, lofty ideas, and you're like, I want to get them all done right now, right now, right now. I had to remind myself that I bought this business because I wanted to do something purposeful, but I also wanted to spend time with my children. And I think at first I got really hot and heavy on all the things that I wanted to do, and I put my kids and family on the back burner for a few months, and then very quickly realized, whoa, this was not what I set out to do here.
Not part of the plan.
So I would think I would tell Lauren at the very beginning, like, remember your why. Remember why you're doing this, and that you can do things little by little. You do not have to do all of the things all at once. If you do, it's going to be disastrous anyway. So,
it's been,
take it slow. Go at your pace, because tomorrow is going to be there for you to do the next thing. And so and COVID helps that in one way, to say, like, well, here's your new plan.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I know you wanted to do all these things outdoors, but you're not. So now, we're back on track, but I have a sense of, okay, if this doesn't get done today, it is not the end of the world. And making sure that those little kids get their playtime with mommy and get their mom's full attention, for even if it's just 30 minutes every day, is the most important thing.
I definitely got into real estate thinking, hey, I have a more flexible schedule and I can do things all the time with my kids. And then I ended up, then you can almost kind of, especially if you're driven like that, and you end up kind of, you're filling a cup, but you're almost overflowing it. It's that independent mama. I've got my business, I've got my thing. And then this cup over here is like, hey, we need some water too. So I think that's something that I think we all struggle with that a little bit, because we're driven, and we're taught to keep moving forward, always be hustling, always be going for the next thing. And I think it takes practice to know, hey, I need to slow down for just a minute, because if I don't slow down today, I'm going to burn out tomorrow. And I think, I'm not saying that men don't burn out too, because men do burn out, but I think women who we're wearing so many hats all the time that sometimes burnout happens and we don't really realize it's happening. So I think that's excellent advice, especially for somebody who's looking to start something. Like, it's totally fine to jump in, but make sure that that you're cognizant of taking care of yourself at the
Yeah.
same time.
Just set up those boundaries from the very get-go. And even if you're super excited and things are going awesome and you're like, the ball is rolling, I can't let this momentum stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't not stop the momentum, but just make sure that you're respecting those boundaries that you set up for yourself.
Try to remind myself. So this is really random. One of my favorite movies is called Meet the Robinsons. It's a Disney movie, and nobody really knows about it. So when I talk about it, people are like, "What?" The whole theme behind it is that you try and you fail, and you try and you fail, and that's how you learn. But also that the important thing is just keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what COVID kind of taught me, is that, as long as you're moving that needle, as long as you are doing something, that's some days that's as good as it gets, and that's okay. And there is no such thing as perfection. So I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So does Fit4Mom typically, like, are you planning to scale? Like, do you want to bring on more instructors, or do you feel like you have enough people, or are you just kind of trying to maintain right now? Like, what's the thought on that?
So we are actually pretty good on our instructors. We had, minus COVID, 4 of my instructors also had a baby in this past year. So
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. So having all of them, they're like starting to come back into the fold now that their kids are getting a little bit past that 6-7 month mark, and they're, the fog is lifting.
The weird
they can
baby.
sit on their own. They
Rubber
can have, all those things. So I'm so thankful that they're starting to come back and to get back onto the schedule. And I have quite a few instructors that are getting certified in this new format and stroller bar. So if I'm the only one certified right now, obviously I can't teach multiple locations at once. So now we'll have the ability to just have more flexibility on our team. If someone wants to teach this class, we have that coverage. And it's nice to have a lot of instructors because kids get sick all the time.
Yeah.
And so, it's nice to have those backups in place. So that's kind of where we are right now, is just bringing those instructors back into the fold, so our clients get a variety of instructors. They don't just have to see my face all the time. I know they love my singing voice, but I think they enjoy having that variety of instructors, because we all have different styles and strengths, and so that's exciting. And like I said, I'm excited that we're going to be extending more into Bryan as we grow. The one thing that's kind of limiting us right now is that we're still having a class cap of 20 moms per class. Even though we're outdoor, even though we don't legally have to, have a class size limit, that's just what feels comfortable and for what's going on in the world right now. So as things progress and we're able to expand in that direction, then we will look to add more classes. And
well, that's cool. So how many classes are typically going on in a week? I mean, we're talking about all these classes and these instructors. So what's that translate to in terms of available classes for people if someone was interested in that?
Sure. Yeah. So you have, as of right now, there is 7 classes that go on during the day, Monday through Saturday. And then we also have our evening classes, which is our Body Well program. And then don't want to leave out our run club on Saturdays too. That's another option for people that aren't really into fitness classes per se. They are a runner. And so we have an amazing group of moms that get together and run on Saturdays. We have a virtual Fit4Mom run coming up in a couple of weeks that you don't have to be a member to be a part of. If you sign up for the run, you can just come out and run with our group and meet some new moms. You can bring a stroller. You don't have to bring a stroller. So lots of opportunities. And like I said, that kind of evolves as we bring instructors back into the fold.
That's really cool. Well, I'll make sure we're going to post your like website, Facebook, all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff, so that people can find you if they want to find you. And you know, it sounds like it's wonderful. It sounds like even with COVID, it's gone really well for you. And I hope that it continues to go well and that you still feel fulfilled in what you're doing. Is there anything else that you want to tell anyone about before we close out, or do you feel like you've kind of covered it all?
I think I would just, encourage you to come out and give it a try. We are just a casual group of individuals. We're not gonna shut the gate and be like, you can't leave. You have to come hang out with us every day. Like it's not like that.
Yeah.
So I would just say, come out, give us a try. Even if you have a fitness class or you have a Peloton at home and you're like, I'm good. I enjoy that aspect of fitness, and that's great. We think that's fabulous. But I would still love you to come out and meet us, see if village events are something you might be interested in, or field trips and crafts and things like that. Because I do feel like we have the best thing, and I just want to tell
share it with
everyone about
everyone.
it. And so, that's what I would just say is come hang out, meet us, and we'd love to get to know you and your little peoples.
That's awesome. Isn't there you can come try out a class? You get some classes for one class?
Absolutely. Yeah, your first class is always free. And then this is November, so of course we're going to have our big Black Friday sale that goes on at the end of this month. So if you come try out a class, this is definitely the month to get involved, because our 10 class passes and our memberships go on big discounts, the biggest discount that we do throughout the entire year. So for sure, this is the month to come check us out.
Go like Fit for Mom on Facebook if you're interested. I'm sure there will be plenty of information there. All right. Well, Lauren, thank you so much for taking time out of your day and time away from your family to chat with me. And I will talk to you later.
Sounds good. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah. Bye.